Hey guys, Joe here doing a pickup video, but first let me show you what I did to the GTX 460, which you haven't seen yet, but still, hey look! Kind of modified it. This is an EVGA GTX 460 that I took out of my father's computer, and I had it apart and I was taking care of it, and I got some red paint for $1.50, so I was like, hey, might as well make it so that it matches the system a little bit better. And that's what I did. Not really a pickup, but it's something I did. So, it is time to make some money. And the easiest way to make some money is to sell some stuff. And the easiest way to sell some stuff is to find, buy, and sell some stuff. How's that for simplistic reasons? What I did this morning was I went to a buddy's store, and it was a pawn shop, and he had some PS4s, and he's made me deals before, and I said, look, because with this guy, he's a good guy, he's always treated me fair, so I don't make the offers. I say, what can you sell it to me for? And 99 times out of 100, he gives me a better deal than I would have tried to negotiate anyway, so I'm not going to ruin that relationship. There are some things where the prices are a little bit different than what I have in my mind, but it's overwhelmingly in my favor when he gives me these deals. So I took 3 PS4s from him. Older ones, 500 gig, one that had been retrofit with a 1 terabyte and a white slim, and I was just going to trade those to my buddy down south, but I figured that the return wasn't going to be worth it, including the drive, so I went and saw a different buddy up north. I have friends all over, because it's what you need to do when you're trying to do a business like this. So I went to his store, and I walk in, and last time I was there, he didn't have too many next-gen consoles or current-gen consoles, and I said, hey, you're out of PS4s. He said, yep. I said, I think you need some PS4s. He says, yeah, I really do. I said, I got 3 in my car, and he kind of looked at me for a second, and he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Now, originally, we were going to try to make a cash deal, but he couldn't pay me what I wanted or what I could get and still make a decent amount of money. And we're all in business to make money, and we have to work together. So what I did was I traded him the systems for a bunch of systems and products, and that's what I did. So I'll go through them, show them to you, and the fact that I'm willing to take the time to sell the individual pieces that I picked up means I'll make more money than he would have, and he gets 3 PS4s that he can sell right away. And I took stuff that I can sell over the next week, make some money, and I got a good deal in comparison. So let's start off with a couple of the big systems. 3 20 gig Xbox 360 S's, Slims, and these are the later editions because they have the black rings around them. Now, the reason I took these is because they all have hard drives in them. They're only 20 gig models, but that's fine because as long as they have the hard drive enclosure in them, I can pop these open and swap these out, and I have 320 gig and 500 gig hard drives just laying around from other systems, PS3s mostly. And you just reformat them, and all of a sudden you take a 20 gig system and turn it into a 500 gigabyte system. 360s are still in demand because there's lots of games for the 360 that are still relevant. They even made NBA games all the way up to 2K17 for crying out loud. So 360 systems are still worth money. I got 3 of those with controllers and power supplies. Pretty good there. Then I got a bunch of Game Boy Advances. This one I picked up previously, but I have it here because I didn't show it in the previous video. Got a Glacier blue one, I guess that would be. And then the white one. And these are all in good shape. He gives me the good ones. He's not going to be picky and give me junk. And those will flip pretty well. And then I think I'm missing one, but I might actually have an extra case. So if I do, I'll switch it. But 4 Game Boy Colors. I think these are, for the most part, the traditional colors. The purple, the purple, the purple, the green, the blue, and the magenta. So those ones will go easily as well. This is one of the cooler things, and if I was still, not having to sell stuff, I would definitely keep this one for my own collection. It's an in-the-box Pearl Pink 101 SP. In the box. That's a good find. And again, if I didn't have to sell it, I wouldn't, but I have to. And then lastly, an Xbox One Elite controller. He doesn't really sell these very often when he gets them in, and again, since he could sell PS4s pretty darn quickly, he let me get this one for a fair price. And the fact that it's in the box, in the case, all the accessories are in here, I don't have to worry about anything. It's all good. So that's awesome. Although I am definitely going to be keeping the braided USB cable that it was supplied with, because that's not factory. But oh ho ho, that's not all. I went to see my buddy at the GameStop because he had a few things. I got this the other day from a friend. He was going to trade it in, but he gave me a good deal on it. City Skylines PlayStation 4 edition. I paid him a little bit over trade for it, but that's just because he's a friend. I don't normally do that if they're not friends. Got a few of these Dragon Ball Z fighters, or Dragon Ball Fighter Z, because these are collectible right now. People definitely want them, so I'm going to put those up for my friend. Those aren't mine, those are my buddies. And then today, after I did all of that, we were hanging out and talking, and I was looking on the shelves for what these collector's editions are doing and seeing if any of them were worth anything still. This is the Hitman collection. It's the collector's edition, Edition de Collection. This does not have a physical copy of the game in it. It just has the statue and the tie and a book and a tie clip and all that stuff. But these are still quite valuable, and the fact is I got this for half off because it was on clearance. And yeah, that'll sell pretty darn easily. So yeah, I really didn't do too much with games. I just kind of focused on systems because systems are very easy to sell on eBay. Plus, if it's a game, I sometimes get tempted to keep those for myself. One other thing I forgot to show you is a couple of DS Lites. And they'll sell fine. I'll just clean them up. They both work. They're just a little bit dirty. And my buddy hooked me up with those as well. So yeah. Pretty simple, not a whole lot of stuff, but what is there will sell fine. It's easy to sell sealed stuff. That's why I only buy sealed collector's editions if I can, or if I do buy collector's editions, I only buy sealed ones. And yeah, I'll flip all this stuff. I'll probably make a couple of $100 profit, which will then just get recycled into the business, which is all I do. It's all I really ever do. Although I was thinking about, hey, come on now, selling this GTX 970 WindForce, because there's a guy locally that has a GTI WindForce Extreme, which is the same basic card but even more overclocked, for less money than I can get for that one. And I have that one advertised, and if I sell that one, I'm definitely going to get the other card. But if not, I'm not too worried about it. But I'm not going to go below a 970, and I'm not going to do anything that I can't make money on. So again, if I can make $50 and get the same basic card but a step up from it, I'm gonna. So yeah, that's about it. Haven't done a pickup video in a while because I haven't had stuff to show, but now I do, and I did, so there you go, it's over. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Feel free to subscribe. Do that over there. You can click up there if you want to become a Patreon. Over yonder, you're going to see some videos. Feel free to click on one of those. Loose random hair. And yeah. As always, talk to you later.